Switch. Hi guys, my name is Nasser Ayoub and welcome to the Switch. Welcome to the Switch. Hello guys, this is your girl Nasser Ayoub and welcome to the Switch. I'm here today with Nasser Ayoub. What up? Can I just say you are actually the first ever Lebanese person I'm interviewing on my show. You need to count yourself lucky. How about that?
Excellent, but you know what? I don't like to be labeled as Lebanese because I was actually born in Kano.
Okay.
So I'm more of a Sierra Leonean than actually Lebanese, you could say.
Okay, Sierra Leonean, okay. So Nasser, can you tell the viewers when you started singing?
Well, my first single was with Daddy Saj. It was called One Love, and this was like 6 years ago. We only did this, one single, and then I just laid back. And 2012 is when I actually came to the scene, and my first single was with, you could say my first proper single was with Sazi,
Okay.
and we called it the No No. And after a month I did another remix for a song called Nalai, and
I love that.
yeah, with Rage.
Yeah.
And that was when everybody was like starting to Nasser Ayoub and stuff. And until I released my first solo.
Yeah.
Until I released my first solo single, which was Trangais Bobo.
Okay. So how was it working with all the superstars like Ray, Daddy Saj, right?
Yeah.
And Stasi, how is it working with them?
It was crazy. For me, Daddy Saj was one of the biggest and still is, at that time. And we just clicked, and I said, you know what, Daddy Saj, I would love to do a single called One Love. And from the title, you could actually tell what the music is all about. And so I bring in the two communities together. And he was like, yeah, man, I'm straight away. We went to the studio, I sang in Arabic, and he sang, in Creole English.
Yeah.
And the song is still, one of the biggest, of Nasser's songs.
Okay. So, what actually motivated you to want to become a musician?
We had a radio station called Free FM,
Yeah.
which my brother Mr. D was one of the famous DJs and blah blah blah. So I love Sierra Leone music. So I wanted to come in and say, okay, if Nasser can do a bit of a change with regards to the music scene or industry, let me give it a try. And the minute I did, and the reaction I got from people, I wouldn't say fans at that time because nobody knew Nasser.
Yeah.
The reaction was
Amazing. Yeah.
That was what actually led me to, let me give more. Let me just try see if I can change a bit, with regards to the music industry in Sierra Leone.
Would you call that the switch?
Definitely, and that's why we're here today, the switch.
Okay. Another question I was going to ask you is all about the corruption in Sierra Leone. Can you tell the viewers how? Because me, I can't really deal with the corruption because it's been like 11 years since I've been to Sierra Leone. Because I left here when I was really young, and I came back, and the corruption is just too much. How do you guys cope?
To be honest with you, corruption is everywhere in the world. We always tend to see corruption as a big issue in Sierra Leone, which it is. We're not saying it's not, but you could say everywhere in the world there is corruption. But we want to, try to, you could say, make
Stop
corruption.
it?
Yes, stop it in our way. If we can as musicians, then excellent. I think corruption is what is taking us always backwards in Sierra Leone. So we could say, corruption is actually eating the society of Sierra Leone, and I just pray to God that one day we can actually get rid of, the corruption that is, everywhere.
Okay. What was your favorite Sierra Leonean singer?
There's a lot, I'm in love with the Sierra Leone music industry. I think there's lots of Sierra Leonean talents, but if I were to choose one or two, I love what Hayden Adama is doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love what Anderson is doing. I
Yeah,
love what
he's great.
Cayman is doing. I love what Starzy is doing. I love, there's so much, in the Sierra Leone music industry. We just need to portray it more so that everybody can have
Yeah.
so that everybody can have a taste of Sierra Leone music. Internationally, I would say Akon is my idol in the music industry.
All right. So, in this music industry, what do you think we need to do to improve Sierra Leone music?
There's a lot.
Because I see a lot of Nigerians are doing it,
Yeah.
Ghanaians are doing it, a lot of other African countries are doing it. Why can't we do it? What do you think that is missing in our Sierra Leone music industry?
Yeah, I think there's a lot. I don't think 2 minutes can actually solve this problem that we have. You have to start from the bottom and you reach to the top.
Yeah.
I think when we have an elected president in this music industry or entertainment industry, then we start going somewhere. I think the music union is not yet ready for all of us to be one, united as one. Everybody has his own, you could say,
going on, yeah.
thing going on. And until that is solved, that is when actually you would start to see, things move in the right way. Because we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
We've been like this for the past 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
So this tells you that there is something wrong. And what is this? This comes back to having an elected president for the Sierra Leone music industry,
Yeah.
and other elected presidents for the other industries, which is the producers, president, the movie, film
Yeah.
president, etc., etc. When you have all these people together, then you
Things will
start
actually
working.
work, yeah.
Yes, then you can go to government and tell government, you know what, we need funding. We need funding to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Then they will listen to you. But at the meantime, who are you going to talk to?
Nobody.
Exactly.
So was what your charity is all about and how can people get involved in it?
Well, it's not a registered charity. It's all about Nasser Ayoub, doing his thing and trying to be philanthropic as much as possible, trying to help, the needy as much as possible, whether it's musically, whether it's financially, whether it's, showing love to, other artists. So you have so much going on. And, I would like to take this opportunity from your program to tell most of the viewers and the artists to do more than what Nasser is doing.
He's doing, yeah.
This is the essence of you being famous. You can, your presence somewhere can actually change.
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah.
it's against violence,
Yeah.
whether it's against, rape, whether it's against, school violence, as we can see now. So much. We can do so much, but the problem is everybody's doing this on his own.
Yeah.
You understand? Which is bad in a way. So, we would like to be involved. So any charity out there, listening to us that need NASA on board for, any kind of charity and stuff, I'm always there and I'm always ready.
Okay. He's ready, guys. So if you need any help or you have any charity that you want NASA you to be part of, just contact him and he will surely help you out as well. So, what has been your biggest tremendous switch in life?
To be honest with you, I would say the music.
Okay.
Music and the love of the people. Before I was just an ordinary Sierra Leonean person, businessman, you could say. The music has changed a bit in Nasser's life. I love it. I love the respect I'm having from Sierra Leoneans. I love the love that they show me, and that is why I always want to give more, and I'm always trying to give more. And I would love to actually see Sierra Leone move into the next level. I think because eventually all of us will benefit out of it.
Yeah, that's true. So how can people, or what are people expecting from you next year?
Well, 2016 I think is going to be a big challenge to most, and you can quote me, to most of us, the people involved in this industry. Because if you notice now, everybody's trying to give the best out of
Yeah, everyone is trying so hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can expect maybe some few collabos. I would love to have an international collabo with one of the biggest Nigerian
Yeah.
artists, and doing more shows and bringing the level of what NASA has been doing a little bit more
Right.
professional.
Yeah.
I think this is what you're going to expect from NASA.
So you guys need to stay tuned. Like you need to go on his page, like be the Congosa person, be the Congosa person that that stopped Nasser Ayoub.
Yeah.
Because he has a lot of big things, coming up in 2016. So how can people contact you?
Yeah, on social media, for
Yes.
instance, on Facebook, it's Nasser Ayoub.
YouTube?
YouTube, it's Nasser Ayoub.
Have you got any SoundCloud?
SoundCloud, it's Nasser Ayoub.
Wow.
And on Instagram, it's Nasser Ayoub. NASSERAYOUB. And my Facebook page is, open, it's not private. I have like 30,000 followers, and people can always, follow what Nasser is doing, and I'm always active.
He's always updating. That's the
Yes.
good thing about him. He's
Exactly.
not
And
like
that's how it should be.
He's not like other musicians that just post one thing and then wait for like 20 months, like let's say 20
Exactly.
days or 3 months to update anything else. But you're always active every single day, which is good.
Yeah.
And that's how you actually keep your fans, updated.
Going on,
Yeah.
and this is how maybe you got in touch with Nasser, because you
Yeah.
thought that
That's
Nasser
true.
is one of the few artists.
And he's very open-minded. He's so sweet and he's not like really tough. So, well, Nasser, thank you so much for being, on the Switch. And I've got a present for you,
Wow.
which is the Switch t-shirt. Can you just hold it up?
Wow.
So the Switch show, dream, believe, and achieve. Only the
Sweet.
best people get to get this t-shirt.
I love it. Thank
See?
you very much.
You're welcome.
I love it. Switch.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much. Do you have anything else to say to your fans?
I just want them to keep the fire burning, not only for NASA, but the whole music industry. And I just want them to keep the fire burning, and not only for NASA, but to the whole music industry, the whole what's going on. And I want them to support us any kind of way, be in our shows, spend money on us, and you never know, maybe one of us might blow one day.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. And thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more The Switch.
Ma giusto fuori qua in cano, le pare corto.
Nasser Ayoub.
All my life I've always loved you. All my time I promise forgive to you. My emotions are there for you, and my heart desire you. I know I'm nothing, baby, now you hungry. This be put me on where you can rob me more.